Pitching up to the climb into the nose over for a 90-degree breakaway, the Chinook size often hides its ability, power and performance, but it never fails to impress. The 2018 Chinook display team pilot and aircraft captain this year is Flight Attendant Stu Kinniston. Kinno is a 27 Squadron operational pilot and training captain. Joining the aircraft in 2007, he was posted to RAF Odeon to fly Chinooks in 2011. Since arriving on the force, he has played a part in explosive operations around the globe through footline, watch as the nose pitches up by 45 degrees and completes a pedal turn. As the aircraft pitches up, Kinno in the right-hand seat and as the aircraft captain will be unable to see the ground now and will be increasingly listening to the patter from the left-hand seat as he pitches to 45. He's rapidly scanning sideways to pit markers to ensure he's in the correct area and will be before he completes the turn. This manoeuvre enables the crew to turn the aircraft quickly, dissipating the energy and allowing the aircraft to turn in a minimal ground track. The Chinook has been used continuously on battlefield handling. Its heavy lift capacity combined with power, speed and agility ensured even during hottest summer months and darkest nights, the Chinook would always complete its mission. As you can still hear, the first over of road the aircraft goes down the town line to the front and we're watching out to the nose pitching to 45 degrees yet again to record the roller coaster. Stu is once again scanning to the side to pick his lateral markers with the left-hand seat pattering the AI. The challenge here is descending on crowd centre before climbing again while battling the aircraft weight and wind. Today's co-pilot is Flight Attendant Andy Donovan. Andy joined the Royal Air Force in 2009 before qualifying on Chinooks in 2015. The aircraft will now be turned away to perform a 60-degree offset wing over away from crowd centre. By the RIAT, Chinook will operate as the broadcast for all key services and communications and staff. It remains in high command due to its large cabin carrying capacity of up to 40 fully equipped troops with many configurations offerings for internal vehicles, freight, palletized cargo, which we've seen in the RAF village throughout the weekend. It can act even as a refueling site to other helicopters and can be configured for the medical emergency response teams. Again, listening as it goes past for that distinctive waka waka noise. The aircraft conducts a 30-degree window to the left arm the manoeuvre. Once again, Kinno's now listening to the left-hand seat patter the AI as he goes round, obviously being the right seat, losing sight of the ground, but picking markers as he flies through. The display you see today really demonstrates how manoeuvrable this aircraft is, considering it's an extreme. During these manoeuvres, the co-pilot is pattering aircraft speeds, pitch and roll parameters and distances alongside other information to allow Kinno to fly visually out of the window. They provide the ability to fly the edge of the limits. After descending from crowd centre, Kinno will now depart over to crowd right, with the aircraft will be put into another pedal turn. The crew would like to say a big hello to Sergeant, say thank you very much and support to all the military families out there, as this job will be much more difficult without you and the support you give us throughout our careers. As you saw on crowd left, the aircraft is now performing a pedal turn on crowd right. The crews have previously spent significant time working up with the Royal Navy training on ship-based operations where Chinook is able to project amphibious assaults and resupplies to and from unforgiving maritime environments. Watch now as the crew re-enters crowd centre and will conduct a 360-degree orbit, giving you a chance to really hear the famous waka waka hashtag blade slap as he goes through crowd centre. gives you an opportunity to see the underside of the aircraft where, when deployed, you'll see the third hub in front of you there between the forward and aft, which helps the Chinook operate to its greatest advantage, being able to pick up about 10-ton loads for significant operations. The Chinook excels in high-threat tactical battlefield environment, operating in ultra-low level by day and night. Today operating at 100 feet, we've recently operated 50 feet around the UK and down to 100 foot by night throughout the UK as well. Skinner's now coming to stand the aircraft to allow us to take ground to get everyone knows that quick stop. As you see the born out of down the line now, you're going to say, give you a two take on the ramp, give them a big way back, but don't forget accurately, for example, in dust, picking up loads and landing on mountain ridges. These crews deliver weight and balance, central gravity and dangerous goods specialisation information to the captain, as well as servicing the aircraft whilst deployed in operations. As the ramp closes, the aircraft climbs skywards during the Gorney corkscrew, rotating and climbing to 800 feet. The manoeuvre you're about to see was originally developed to assist crews in negotiating the Gorney Vakov Metal Factory helicopter landing sites when Chinooks were operating in Bosnia to ease the complex arrival and departure directions and the threat, allowing a good 360-degree lookout to be conducted by the crew throughout. Once reaching the apex of the climb, Kinner will then start descending the aircraft through a 350-degree spiral descent. This 27 Squadron team are proud to bring you the Chinook display alongside other operational and frontline deployment commitments, conducting regular duties, training and tasking, as well as bringing you the display this weekend. As Kinner levels out at 130, we'll reapproach the crowd centre and break to the right, giving us one more chance to listen to that hashtag Blade Slap. Another wing over to As before, as Kinner pulls up into the wing over, he will lose sight of the ground, and we have to listen carefully to the left-hand seat and the crewman passer around his turn, giving him his markings before he lines up for the two-wheel running landing. OTEAM remains ready to respond to national and global events at a moment's notice, with personnel and aircraft on permanent readiness 365 days of the year. Supporting the display aircraft this year, we have a team of excellent engineers, 6 of whom accompany us today, who simply would not have a display without them. The two-wheel taxi you're about to see is a skill unique to the Chinook helicopter, running up to 20 meters up on the ground. Which is a useful tool to reverse our type knocking spots where we might find ourselves around the globe. As the aircraft comes to stop, the crew are now still talking continuously throughout,
giving Ken all the information he needs now to run backwards.
That's a good lens. I might get a wider angle then. 16.
This is another great example of CRM or crew resource management for the Chinook, where Skinner's going backwards. Neither of the two pilots in the front can obviously see where they're going, so relying very heavily on Sergeant Kennedy in the back, telling them the distance to go and whether they're running straight or not. The aim now will be to lift and position themselves for a crowd centre for their final manoeuvre.
It's a Sigma D C lens.
The aircraft will come to the hover and give you a quick picture of us in the hover before we depart over the shoulder departure before repositioning to come into land. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great honour to display for you this weekend the 2018 Squadron Chinook display, 2018 Chinook display team. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for having us this weekend, and thank you very much for allowing us to almost close your show off, because let's face it, jet noise is boring. Thank you, Matt.
We're right up until 7 o'clock this evening to purchase that. If you do so, of course, you'll get a free DVD as well. You order today, Air Action DVD, a special offer from that, and you can enjoy the rest of the day. Just a quick confirmation of the exits that are going on foot. It is only the yellow exit that is not available for foot departure, only the yellow. The rest is operating as normal. And of course, if you're making your way to your cars now for departure, please remember to tune into 87.7 FM, not just to enjoy good music, but also plenty of interviews with many of the pilots who've been flying for us this weekend, and of course the all-important update on traffic flow throughout the local area. Huge thank you to everybody, but right now we're just about to start our next act, so back to the fly line. Thank you very much, George. It's not just the RIAT that, out of the participating air arms, celebrates its centenary this year. The Polish Air Force does as well, and we've had their F-16 displaying for us over the